Hey, it's Henry Carson III, and welcome to my podcast. Hey, how you guys doing out there today? It's a lovely day out here. I just wanted to take some time to step on here with my family, aka my friends and network. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content I've been bringing thus far. Of course, in our reality, I'm new to this, so as we proceed, I'll get a little bit better, definitely. But I want to thank you guys for just taking that time out to just spend a little bit of time with me. If you'll note, I keep my videos from anywhere from about 6 to 10 minutes. I know that normal adult retention is about a 20-minute span to where you can actually retain what you just heard. But enough about that already. What I wanted to get on here and speak with you guys about today was something that's very definitely very dear to my heart, as with being president of an actual community outreach, Hope Unlimited outreach. Something very dear to my heart is community empowerment. What I mean by that is that at the end of the day, I'm talking about bootstrap empowerment from the ground up. That means being able to go into our communities and take each one of our gifts and be able to build up our community for the good of everyone. When I say community empowerment, that means I'm not anti-government, but I am definitely for small government. Okay? Be that on the national scale to the local scale. I believe there's a whole lot more that we can do for ourselves than really that any of the whole of our city hall, city council, big government would ever be able to do for ourselves. One reason that I'm definitely an advocate for community empowerment is because we give votes to individuals who never come into our communities. They don't know the plight of our communities. And simply stated, a lot of times they're not really representing what they rallied that they were going to be representing. A lot of times their representation of our neighborhoods is definitely not what we would say the representation of the needs in our community truly are. Okay, I'm not against politicians, but ultimately I'm about community empowerment, and we can definitely do that without a politician involved. When I begin to think about what that would look like in the natural, that's simply as stated, that would be as simple as establishing a network of individuals in your own neighborhood that have a trade already, that have already went through college, graduated, for teachers in your area. A lot of times I believe that really big government has nothing to do with independence, but it has everything to do with dependence. I live here in a local area. I won't name the name, but it baffles me because about a year ago I was just thinking about well, we finally did, praise the Lord for that. But we were going to be doing a series of community empowerment events centered around 3-on-3 basketball. At first, it seemed like it was going well. We had went to members and spoke with of city council, city hall, yada yada, all of that. We had took it to the table. But on that very same Tuesday, they pulled the funding for it. At that point, I learned a massive lesson, very quick, I'll say. I learned at the end of the day that ultimately, if I want anything done, if we want anything done, we've got to simply do it ourselves. From there, I didn't get mad. I didn't, in my mind, make up to try to get even, but I said I will get better from this. And from that point on, I simply assembled a team of individuals that have a heart for their community, just as I had a heart for my community, not one politician in the bunch. And you know what wound up happening with that was on a smaller scale. We were actually able to, over the span of 4 months throughout the summer month, we were able to actually put on these events. We were able to feed people for free. We were able to give trophies, and we were able to do our little small part at stopping the violence in our communities. What I want to say to you is that, simply stated, don't ever think, or I'll say it this way, despise not small beginnings. I'm going to say that one more time. Despise not small beginnings. Don't ever discount your idea. Don't discount your neighbor's idea. Don't discount your friend's idea. What you guys need to do is sit down at the table and piece together a plan. A lot of times government, all that is that they have a plan. And they begin to, I guess if you will, facilitate that plan from the top down. If you've got 3 neighbors, I'm sure you can go door to door, and each one of you may have a different need that you want to see come to your community. And that would be from the mundane to the insane. But at the end of the day, we need to begin to come to the table of our communities. And we need to really be able to stop relying so much on big government, a big city hall. And we need to really make them small in light of what we're willing to do for ourselves in our communities. Hey, this is Henry Carson III. As stated, I wasn't on here rambling on, but I hope I made a few points for you here today. As far as community empowerment, it can be done, and it doesn't have to be a big massive boom or a big massive lights, but it simply has to begin at home with you. You take it to your friend, they take it to their neighbor. You guys begin to build a table. At that point, when you build a table, you have a table to where other people are willing to come to that table. A lot of times we get stuck with going to city hall meeting after city hall meeting and just hearing the same political mumbo jumbo, if you will. And we really are just almost sitting there without being represented. And a lot of times by the time they ask, what is your what would you like to see in your community, we almost become like deer in the headlights because we never really sit down within our communities, as we're many times too busy living our best lives. We never sit down with each other to really say, if I had an opportunity, if a check was going to be wrote to do things in this community, what is it that we would want to see in our communities? Guys, be the change that you want to see. Once again, this is Henry Carson III. I thank you guys for tuning into my broadcast, and I want to encourage you to stay woke or stay oppressed. I'm out.